It's Week 3 of the National Football League, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Texans and the Bears, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center, second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass. So he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now the rookie 4th-round pick. This is Dameon Pierce. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And taken down just shy of the 40. The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week. 11 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
From the 45 on second down, Mills. And his throw here is incomplete. The big story all week, Texans coach Lovie Smith making his return to Chicago. Lovie, of course, the coach of the Bears from 2004 to 2012, and he was at the helm when the Bears won that NFC title in 2006. Wound up 81-63 during his tenure here in the Windy City. Then he would have that pit stop down in Tampa and then come back to the state of Illinois as the head coach of the Fighting Illini in the Big Ten before returning to the National Football League. Mills again. And this one is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Finds his man, it's John Mechie. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. There appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Mills on the bootleg. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mills. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
And he's going to be taken down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Christian Kirksey. The O-line can't stop him, and he gets the sack. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Counting down toward halftime on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Mills. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Throw right side taken in by Pettis. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And a little throw there is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields going to keep it once more. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's returnable now for Smith. Now a hit and a loose football. And now headed the other way, they're across midfield. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now Fields. That's caught by Montgomery. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now a first down throw, Fields. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Fields locates Mooney on the out route. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Final play of the half, Mills. This is caught, it's Cooks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. But no break needed, let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals. The combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The sack there by Rasheem Green. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Here's the Texans offense now readying for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On play action, Mills. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. Brandon Cooks. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have moved out in front here in the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result, a Houston touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Chicago offense set to get started. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now it's Fields. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So now Fields and the Bears down by 10, 2:19 to play. Back to throw, Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the...
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Fields. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. 4th down. Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run here with Pierce. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Dameon Pierce. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Throwing again is Fields.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Chicago. Chase Claypool. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
But the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. And they take a knee. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory.
Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Texans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.